You think you're broke right now? I was broker. The moment I clicked buy, there was a long, fat, dick candle to the downside. But I was on the 1 minute time frame trading support. That was the fastest I had ever lost like $1,000 in my entire life. But that could have also been the quickest I ever made a band in my entire life. I was hooked. Yo! What's up, y'all? Shitty ass intro, man. This is part 2 of the story time on how I got into day trading, the events that led up to basically where I'm at today. And I think where we stopped at was, the live account. So before we get into details on what happened with the live account, I'm pretty sure y'all already kind of know how that probably went. Beginner trader, doesn't know how to trade, opens up a live account. This story time seems a little straightforward to me, don't you think? But it's how I got the money for a live account. Think about it. I was in college. This was my freshman year of college, second semester. I had no bread. I was as broke as you can be. You think you're broke right now? I was broker. Completely fucking broke. So, how did they get money to trade? If you're watching this, Pops, sorry, but this is kind of how it happened. So, basically, if y'all didn't know, especially in America, you can take out student loans to go to school. So, during December, when financial aid came around, it was time to, take out some fucking loans to pay for school and to pay for rent. I decided to ask for a little bit extra, talking about I needed it for housing and food. I decided to ask for a little bit extra, and I think they gave me like an extra $5,000 that I did not need. Now you might be asking, where's that $5,000 today? Basically, what happened was I took the $5,000 that they had given me to pay for school. I had deposited $2.5K into a Webull account to trade options in. I did not really know how volatile options were. I didn't really know what the hell I was getting myself into. I didn't really have a strategy in place. I was purely gambling. That's the honest truth. I was looking to make a quick buck. I was looking to do a little flip or whatever. So I remember my very first trade. My very first trade was SPY calls. And I remember when I first placed the trade, I had no analysis whatsoever because I was learning like support and resistance, but I was on the 1 minute time frame trading support. So whenever I saw a level the 1 minute kept bouncing from, I bought it. And instantly, damn near the market knew exactly when I had gotten into the trade. There was no hesitation. The moment I clicked buy, there was a long, fat, dick candle to the downside. You cannot even possibly imagine. My nigga, I was trading options. I have never lost money that quick in my entire life. That, I think, hands down today is still the biggest loss I've ever taken on a real live account, not like funded accounts or anything like that. But I think that's still the biggest loss I've taken on a real live account. My $2,500 account was cut in half instantly with the trade still running. I started praying. I couldn't actually this was the first time trading with real money. I didn't know the emotions that was gonna happen. I froze. I couldn't get out of the trade. My hand, because I was trading on my phone, my hand was on the sell button just shaking. Am I gonna should I get out of this trade? Should I get out of this trade? Just shaking. I just couldn't press the button for some reason. By God's grace, I was saved. I still lost money though. But by God's grace, I was saved. My account was damn near almost blown. Then it started retracing a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And then I finally got out of that position. And I sat back and I was that's when it hit me. I was holy shit. That was the fastest I had ever lost $1,000 in my entire life. But that could have also been the quickest I ever made a band in my entire life. I was hooked. I was! My very first trade of my entire career was a mighty fat loss, but I was hooked. I said, if I can lose money this quick, that means I can gain money this quick as well. Keep in mind, it was over leverage as hell. Keep in mind, it was a horrible setup, no system in place, no strategy in place. I just took the trade because, well, it looked like a good support level. So I took the trade. So, long story short, my very first trade ever in my entire life was the mightiest loss I've ever received. ever, biggest L ever, but it also propelled me forward. Like, I don't know if y'all understand what I mean by a loss was actually what motivated me to keep doing this trading shit. So eventually I end up leaving that lady's Discord, and it wasn't really serving me any purpose. I ended up leaving it, right? And I started watching ICT. I finally just decided to like learn, because his stuff looks so complicated, and from how I trade now, I don't even use 90% of the shit he taught. So I just started trading ICT strategies, went back obviously to a demo account, and I was learning a little bit more about options, and then I found my boy TJR. Y'all don't know, but no glazing, I literally watched the come up of that man. I found TJR when he was at like 2,000 followers on Instagram, and I found TJR when he was at like 100 subs on YouTube. Yeah, I was one of your early subs, my nigga. Yeah, I found it was like a hidden gem. I found that nigga when he was that small on fucking YouTube and that small on fucking Instagram, but he was trading Forex though, and I was trading options. So I was like, oh damn, so I'm gonna really have to make the transition, because he was teaching ICT concepts, but these were severely simplified. Like I could actually understand what the hell this nigga was saying. This shit was very simplified. So I was like, alright, shit, man. It looks like I'm gonna have to switch over to Forex. So that's what the hell I did. I switched over to Forex because number one, options was too volatile. And after I placed that first trade on the live account with options, I never traded real money on options ever again. I went straight back to demo. It got me fucked up. That was the quickest I ever lost a band. You think I was about to repeat that shit? Hell no. But then I knew if I had fucking learned how to fucking do this shit, I could also make a band that quick in the future, which is what I do now. Isn't that kind of crazy? Yeah, so I ended up switching over to Forex. And when I switched over to Forex, I started learning from TJR. I joined his Discord when his Discord was only at $20 a month. That shit was insane to me. I think now that nigga's Discord is probably like, well, 150. I joined his Discord when his shit was only at $20 a month. I was in that nigga's Discord when he would fucking twerk on stream, doing all the gay shit. I started learning his Forex strategy with the session highs and lows, with the 30-minute time frame. Real OGs know what I'm talking about. So I started learning that strategy. I opened up a MetaTrader 4 demo account, and I started learning how to trade on Forex. Now I'm at the stage of my journey where I know more now. I'm a little more confident, but I still haven't traded with real money yet, right? But I was scared to trade with real money. I didn't really want to do it. And then I discovered funded accounts. When I discovered funded accounts, I was hooked. I said, okay, this is the holy grail to trading. This is how I make it out. Funded accounts. So back then it was FTMO. I think FTMO is still popping now, but I don't trade Forex, I trade futures. There's another story time on how I transitioned to futures. But I thought FTMO, I was like, okay, bet. It looks like FTMO is the way. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna learn this guy's strategy. I'm gonna practice on demo trading, and then I'm gonna pass the FTMO challenge on my very first try. I learned this strategy. Demo trading was going good. My backtesting was going good. I was backtesting for 8, 9, 10 hours a day. I'm not gonna lie, now thinking back to it, I was actually putting in work. I was putting in work, bro. I'm not even joking. 10, 11, 12 hours a day. I used to stay up all night, backtesting, demo trading. I used to fucking wake up, trade London session, trade Asian session, and trade New York session just to get reps in, all on demo. Not making a dime, losing sleep, not taking school seriously at all. Just going through the motion, learning how to trade, learning how to trade, learning how to trade, learning how to trade. And then I bought my very first funded account with FTMO. You know how that went. If y'all want to hear the story time on how my very first funded account with FTMO went and how I actually was cheating trading FTMO and almost got banned, hit that subscribe button. That'll be the next story time that I tell next week. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I got y'all boys. But y'all just gotta show me love and support. You feel me?